Hello everybody, my name is Mihaela Sirbu. I am a professional services engineer at Infinet Wireless. Thank you very much for taking the time to join our webinar today. We are going to discuss about the backhauling solutions using Infinet Wireless units. The agenda for today includes 4 items. In the first item we will have a look at a typical backhaul topology and we will define the basic requirements when choosing a backhauling solution. We will also check at this stage the specific requirements in case of different practical backhauling applications. In the second item, we'll briefly review our product families. The third item is dedicated to introducing the key differentiators which make the Infinet units a suitable and performant candidate for the backhaul implementation. And in the last item, we will review some of our many success stories. Let's begin with a brief overview of the backhaul topology. The scope of the backhaul is to provide end-to-end connectivity between the customer premises and the high-speed transmission backbone, as we can see in the picture. The backhaul structure includes 2 main segments. First, we have the last mile segment, which is directly connected to the end users, and it is commonly set in a point-to-multipoint topology. Next, we have the aggregation segment that collects the traffic from several customers and has the scope to ensure a high-speed and reliable connection up to the transmission backbone. The aggregation backhaul is commonly set in a point-to-point topology and it can include also redundancy links. Let's proceed and check the basic requirements for each network segment. As the last mile connections must reach up to the customer premises, the installation location can vary from easy accessible places to crowded areas with difficult access. Changes together with network growth are also often needed, therefore choosing a backhauling solution that offers you flexibility and scalability is the best option. Another important aspect for the last mile segment is that the installation should be fast and easy. Taking into account those aspects, the wireless solutions are preferred for the last mile connectivity, as those offer both flexibility in choosing the location, support for future network expansion, and the installation is fast with the least of effort. Moving to the aggregation backhaul, we have some clear mandatory requirements. First of all, we need high capacity since the traffic of many customers is aggregated through the links. Then we need increased availability because the impact of a failure would affect as well multiple customers, and we need to ensure the data transport over long distances. Redundancy links are also part of the backhaul design, and the benefits are that redundancy increases the availability and can also significantly increase the capacity if the main and backup connections are actively used in the same time. Implementing redundancy is usually required for the aggregation segment, which is more demanding, and for the high-speed critical backbone links. We'll now review the specific requirements in case of different backhauling applications. The rural backhaul, which aims to provide connectivity for remote communities, has as main request to cover long geographical distances. Infinet units can sustain ranges of up to 100 km for point-to-point links and up to 36 km for point-to-multipoint links. Capacity is also a concern, and our subscriber terminals offer in this sense throughput values of up to 180 megabits per second. For the ISP backhauling, we need support for multiple services like internet access, VoIP and gaming, so QoS functionalities are very important. In order to ensure also seamless integration with the existing ISP network, a rich networking feature set is required for the backhauling solution. Capacity is also a crucial demand in this case, and besides the high-speed aggregation links, it is also common to implement increased capacities for the last mile segment. The last aspect is related to the management, which should be easily performed and with the possibility to contact professional technical support from the vendor at any time. Moving forward to the enterprise backhaul, we require again support for multiple services in order to ensure a reliable concurrent file transfer, internet connection, video conferencing, and so on. A rich QoS feature set is needed in this case to prioritize the different services accordingly. Another important aspect is related to security. Security is mandatory in order to ensure the integrity and the confidentiality of the information that is passing between different company branches using the transmission network. Last, we have the scalability requirement, because dynamic changes are part of any healthy business. The scalability of the backhaul plays an important role, as it can facilitate any future change or expansion. We have arrived to the small cell backhaul, our last backhauling application to be presented. As part of the specific requirements, we begin with the form factor. The equipment, especially for the last mile, should be small, compact, with a pleasant design that can easily fit into a given scenery. Also related to the installation location, which is a predetermined place where capacity or coverage should be extended, we have the N-loss or near-loss functionality requirement. QoS is also very important in order to prioritize the multiple services transported through the network, and an additional requirement is the support for synchronization in this case. Now that we understand which are the backhauling applications and what are their specific requirements, we can proceed and review the Infinet products and their vast set of features and functionalities. We begin with the point-to-point solutions that offer capacities of up to 480 megabits per second and can be implemented over distances of up to 100 kilometers using high-gain antennas. The product family includes three solutions for point-to-point connectivity. First, we've got the Infilink XG product, which is specialized for high-speed data transmission, and it is therefore recommended for the aggregation backhaul in case of, for example, ISPs or small cells. By operating in the sub-7 GHz spectrum, both non-line-of-sight and near-loss implementations are available with sustained transmission quality for all product lines. The Infilink Pro is another good alternative if increased capacities are required, like for example in case of CCTV or enterprise backhauling. Infilink Lite is the basic point-to-point product that can sustain up to 180 megabits per second, and it is commonly found in the WISP high-capacity access systems or in case of the video surveillance wireless infrastructures. You can notice that the products offer modular capacities, which helps a lot in choosing the best solution that fits with the actual requirements. Moving on to the point-to-multipoint solutions, you can benefit of sector capacities of up to 240 megabits per second and subscriber terminal capacities of up to 180 megabits per second. The capacity is also license upgradable, giving you the possibility to apply a pay-as-you-grow strategy and revise what is best for your business development at each stage. A rich set of base stations and subscriber terminals is available, having either integrated or external antennas. The integrated antennas feature 90-degree sector base stations and various antenna gains for the subscriber units between 19 and 28 dBi. The base station coverage goes up to 36 kilometers, and the advanced interference mitigation techniques ensure a proper transmission quality. TDD synchronization is available, so this enables a better frequency reuse. We have as well N-loss support and advanced networking functionalities for a seamless integration with any existing network. A vast frequency range is available, and various applications are supporting using the Infiman 2x2 product family. You can implement WISP access systems with video surveillance infrastructures, last mile connectivity for small cells, ISPs, enterprise, and so on. Let's now highlight step by step the benefits of using the Infinet units. The backhauling solution using Infinet units offers scalability for both the licensed and the unlicensed bands. TDD synchronization brings flexibility in the frequency reallocation, and we also support multiple frequency bands with the single radio module, as we have already seen, and the multiple channel width available between 3.5 and 40 MHz offers increased flexibility in adjusting the frequency plan to your actual requirements. The best-in-breed spectral efficiency reflects into 13 bits per second per Hz values for the Infineon XG and up to 7.5 bits per second per Hz for the Infineon 2x2 products. The units feature also superior performance and processing power. For the XG products, a processing power of 1 million packets per second is available to sustain increased data transfer rates, and for the rest of the products we feature 200,000 packets per second processing power. The latency values are also very low for all our products, ensuring the tight demands of the real-time applications. The Infinet Wireless solution offers flexibility in choosing the installation location and offers support for the network expansion. The units are also reliable and robust and can function in extreme weather conditions. The units feature a built-in surge protector and an IP66, IP67 compliant enclosure that is very robust. Regarding the form factor, as we have seen, the units are small, compact and light with variable weights and sizes depending on the model. For the last mile, the lighter products with integrated antennas are recommended, and for the aggregation backhaul you can use, for example, the models with high-gain external antennas. And last but not least, professional technical support is available 24/7 in order to efficiently and quickly react to any problem that might be encountered. As we have seen in the first part, installation and maintenance are very important aspects to consider when choosing a proper backhauling solution. Along with the advantages of any wireless solution in terms of flexibility and easy deployment, the Infinet units offer additional benefits. And we have an all-in-one mounting kit for a simple installation. We have LED indication for in-field diagnostic, power status, RF and Ethernet link status, visual, RSSI level monitoring, and so on. A basic and intuitive initial configuration close to the plug-and-play concept is available. An antenna alignment graphical tool for a fast and proper alignment. A unified management from one location that can be performed by only one person. And multiple management and monitoring options like the different diagnostic and monitoring tools in the web interface. InfiMonitor is a proprietary network monitoring system, or support for integration with any third-party NMS system by using SNMP. Since service continuity is essential in every case, the backhauling solution must offer increased availability. Infinet units can ensure a 5/9 availability over distances of up to 20-30 kilometers. We can get a real feel about the actual performance by checking the sample results for a 45-kilometer loss backhaul link in terms of availability and throughput. The maximum availability in case of Infineon XG is obtained using a lower order modulation, so this gives us a lower throughput. The highest throughput is obtained using a superior order modulation encoding scheme, resulting in this case in a bit lower value for the availability at around 99.35%. For the Infineon 2x2 Pro, using the maximum MCS scheme, we obtain around 98.98% availability over the 45-kilometer link, and it can sustain a real throughput of around 117.5 megabits per second. Protecting sensitive information and ensuring a secure data transfer is essential for everybody. Infinet Wireless units provided in this sense multiple strong security features. We are talking about the unit protection, comprised of the password-protected CLI and web interface, the SNMP version 3 with authentication for a secure management. SSH and HTTPS plus management VLANs can also be used to further increase the strength of the security. In terms of data integrity, we offer an advanced over-the-air 128-bit encryption. For the network security, we feature built-in network storm and flood protection and a full-fledged IP firewall that allows you to filter the traffic based on virtually any criteria. Tunneling is also available for ensuring a secure, transparent data transfer. Having a network that is capable to distinguish and prioritize the different traffic types is also required. Our units feature in this sense advanced QoS functionalities, and I begin with the mentioning of the automatic voice detection and prioritization. Traffic selection and prioritization can be achieved automatically based on other QoS standards, like for example 802.1p. or using channels which can be created to filter and prioritize the traffic based on any criteria that fits to your needs. Traffic shaping is also available for obtaining a smooth output packet rate, and the bandwidth can be dynamically allocated for different services or customer using QoS classes. Last, I mention again that the delay values are maintained very low to best serve the real-time applications. As we already know, the Infinet units feature an advanced networking support in order to interconnect with any type of existing network. I mention here the full layer 2 capabilities like VLAN support, STP, IGMP snooping, Q-in-Q, link aggregation, and so on. IP routing is also supported using static routes, RIP or OSPF. L2 and L3 IP firewall capabilities are also included. We have multiple NAT and DHCP services that include client server or relay capabilities. Tunneling and MAC IP filtering are also some of the available networking features. We'll last review the smart radio technologies that are implemented for the Infinet units, featuring advanced noise immunity and interference mitigation techniques. The units can sustain a high performance and quality of services in the most unfavorable situations like non-line of sight implementations, interferences, reflections over the water, and buildings. We have auto bitrate, which is a smart adaptive rate control algorithm that keeps track of the optimal modulation. ATPC is also available for reducing interferences and ensuring the optimal power level. DFS and instant DFS ensure an intelligent frequency selection by tuning to the clearest RF channel. We have dynamic adaptive multiple access protocol for the wireless medium. Tools that help you with an in-depth radio channel diagnostic are also available, like spectrum analyzer, radio sources, and antenna alignment. The units feature performant antennas. Equalization helps to overcome the effects of interferences, and last, OFDM and MIMO are advanced techniques that improve the quality of the high-speed transmission in noisy environments. It is now time for presenting some success stories out of the multitude of deployments using Infinet units. We begin with Metronet UK, which initially started operating in Manchester and then expanded to other 6 major cities. Their focus is in offering IPCCTV video streaming and providing internet access and VPN for small to medium businesses and to households. The requirements of Metronet were to offer a viable alternative to leased line services by using broadband wireless technologies to offer guaranteed services levels of 99.95% availability, to support a vast range of advanced services, and to offer fixed price managed services. Infinet successfully addressed these requirements by providing support for VoIP, IPCCTV, business continuity services, and advanced data services including MPLS, IPVPN, managed security, and Q-in-Q, for example. Both point-to-point and point-to-multipoint solutions were implemented. R5000mm and R5000SM integrated antenna products provided point-to-point and point-to-multipoint access to customers, requiring guaranteed throughputs of 30 megabits per second, 50 megabits per second, or 80 megabits per second, while throughputs between 80 megabits per second and 300 megabits per second were required for the core backhaul. Next, we'll review the solution offered to SLC from Algeria. SLC is one of the 3 ISPs in Algeria who owns an intracity and regional 5 GHz backbone and whose legacy WiMAX network has reached its maximum capacity. The main challenges were that for the business users, the requirements exceeded the existing WiMAX capacity resources and that there was no free spectrum available for expansion. Infinet Wireless offered support in providing high-speed internet access for businesses and L2 VPN with 20 megabits per second typical subscription speed. Over 2,000 Infinet units were deployed using various point-to-point and point-to-multipoint products for completing the backhauling solution with last mile and aggregation connectivity. We continue with the second largest carrier in the United Arab Emirates. The requirements to be fulfilled were the growth in mobile and fixed data usage, a quick deployment time, licensed microwave was not cost-effective in dense urban areas, they require support for links over 30 kilometers long in Gulf climate conditions, multiple and loss installations were also required, and 3G data had to be offloaded from the existing microwave links. Services like hosted voice and multicast IPTV were successfully supported using Infinet units. The solution, comprised of over 1,000 Infinet units, provided point-to-point backhaul connectivity and microwave backup for the most critical parts of the backbone. Next, we have N-Forta that provides broadband telecommunication services in Russia's regional capital cities and having over 50,000 customers, mostly business. As Russia is still underconnected, especially outside big cities, the fixed wireless solutions are the only viable alternative for low-density urban and suburban coverage. Also, there are no license-free bands below 6 GHz, and the typical frequency allocations are limited to 40 MHz or less per city. The Infinet Wireless solution offered triple play services, including internet access, VPN, virtual LAN, voice and fax services. Dedicated wireless networks were deployed towards the major enterprise customers. Schools, hospitals, and other institutions were also connected within federal projects, and services were provided to local authorities as well. The solution features over 40,000 Infinet units, with deployments in the 5 and 6 GHz bands using the Infiman 2x2 products, and the network is still growing and developing at this moment. The last example that I want to present is in the enterprise segment. We are talking about Mondelez International, one of the world's largest food companies. The requirement was to provide a link between all of the company's warehouses in 10 locations around Saudi Arabia with the head office, and to provide a connection with the warehouse ERP system. The offered services included internet access, L2 VPN, and corporate voice. The solution was comprised of light dedicated point-to-point links with low and medium capacity and pro dedicated links for higher speed connectivity. That completes our agenda for today. Thank you once again for your time, and see you again during our next webinar.